This is the last video I will ever post on my Volkswagen Fox GTI. Yes, it is a very sad day, but it is for good reason. One of you watching this video is going to be driving home with the Fox GTI, and we're going to find out who that is Sunday at 10 p.m. One of you is going to be winning the Fox GTI. So I thought, because this car is going to be going to a new home and going to one of you guys, I need to make sure that this car is in tip-top condition, absolutely blimmin' perfect before it goes away. And there are still a few jobs that we need to do to make this car just that much more perfect. And the first thing we're going to tackle in this video to make the car perfect is these headlights. Actually, this one doesn't look as bad. This one is a lot worse. As you can see, it's very cloudy, a bit yellowed. So we want to get some new headlights on there, and that is the first on a long list of jobs that we've got planned for this video. So we better get started. Let's get the car on the ramp and yeah, work on making the Fox GTI perfect and working on it for the last time. Okay, up she goes. Also, you might be wondering why we're getting the car on the ramp just to change the headlights. That is because other jobs that we need to do will need the car on the ramp, so we just thought we'd do it first. But anyways, I'm going to start with taking off the wheels, then bumper off, and then we can take out our old headlights. Will I catch it? Very nice. There we go. Okay, that's one. Next wheel. Nice. Right, that's two wheels. Basically, this wheel has got a load of CV boot grease in. That is a little hint as to what one of our jobs is today. Okay. First thing for bumper off, because we wanted to detach the wheel arch liner from the bumper. I think there's also one more up here. Perfect. There's two under here. This one here to undo. Can't get that one. Mega extension required. It worked. Just these two left, I think. Right, bumper off. We should be able to. There we go. Okay, right, now the bumper's off, you can see these little bolts we need to undo to take the headlights out. Also, this headlight, something else wrong with this one, not only was it really cloudy, but you see like the tab is sort of snapped off, so we actually couldn't mount it up there.
Compared to this one?
Yeah, compared to that one. And then I think there's another one, yeah, there's another one there as well, which we wouldn't have been able to get to without the bumper off, so. Okay, we'll get these out now, and we will get out our new ones too. Yeah, so these are our new headlights. They are going to look very nice, I hope. Oh, yes. Oh, look at them.
Shiny.
They are sick. I thought it was cracked for a second, but it's just plastic that's over it. Oh, that is satisfying as hell. That is, look, okay, look at the difference. Look at the difference. Yeah, this is literally going to transform it. These were 150 quid, so I think that's pretty good price for brand new headlights. Now let's get the old ones off. Okay. All right. Get all the plugs undone. Headlight off. There we go. Right, I have made a mistake. A big problem has appeared. Drop that.
Almost another mistake.
Almost another mistake. Basically, if you ever look at the backs of these, I'm not going to go into too much detail as to what exactly is wrong, but as you can see, they are very different indeed behind there. The plugs are different, everything's different, and what's happened is I've bought these off eBay and I didn't read the big only suitable for left-hand drive vehicles in capital letters. I just completely missed it. So, a bit annoying, but I have asked Volkswagen, and believe it or not, excluding that, brand new headlights are only 166 quid each, which I think for a set of headlights is not bad. I didn't go to Volkswagen initially because I thought it would be ridiculously expensive. Turns out it's not that bad. So we're going to send these ones back and get the proper ones from Volkswagen. And in the meantime, we've got some other jobs to get on with. So Let's do it. Okay, and the next job is actually something that we've already attempted before, and it is the CV boot on the passenger side. It is leaking very badly. Now, we have changed this already on the main channel, and I've already changed it actually 2 or 3 times because I've done it a couple of times off camera as well, and I still haven't managed to get to the bottom of it. And it's not only leaking all over our brakes, it's also leaking all over our tie rod down there, and it's just the grease is getting everywhere. So rather than going to get another CV boot and trying again to fix this and probably getting it wrong again, I have just gone out and bought a brand new drive shaft. It is the more expensive method, but I'm hoping it is definitely going to solve this solution for the next owner of the Fox. So let's get this on. Oh, that's not worked. I think what I want to do is I'm going to get the big gun on it. I think whenever you have a problem, just get the big gun out and it solves it immediately. 99% of the time, the big gun solves the problem, or that 1%, it will make it like 10,000 times worse by like snapping a bolt or something. Right, big gun. Okay, that is the lower ball joint bolts off. And then, after you've undone the lower ball joint bolts, this is the tricky bit. You need to sort of wiggle this out. Yeah, this just needs to be like yanked out. And because we've undone these already, that's come off. Do you see how that's come off already? Oh, yeah. So that's undone. We just need to now undo this big nut here, and then it should come off. There it is. And then, there we are. And there we have a not so good drive shaft. Look at all the CV boot grease. Yeah, it is very mucky. So I've clearly done something wrong when fitting that. Don't know what it is, but as I said, I will learn how to do this properly. But for now, we just want to make this absolutely perfect. So let's get on our new drive shaft. Nice and clean. Now we can get our drive shaft in. So before we can actually get this fitted, we need to get this bag of grease and just smear it all inside where those ball bearings are, just in there. It helps sort of cool it down, I think, and just lubricate it all. So, okay. Now we can get these all in there. That's enough. Okay, so my theory is they give you that much grease, so that's how much you're supposed to use, right? They're not going to give you extra in that pouch. That's like how much you're supposed to use. So why does it look like, what? That looks way too much. Like, surely this is not the correct method. Someone in the comments will let me know. Like, how are you actually supposed to do this? Oh, okay, that's why. See if we can get any more out of here. Okay, so we have our grease inside our drive shaft end, and we also have all of our bolts in and ready to go. We need to put our gasket on as well. That will sit just around about there. Nice. All right, now we can get this fitted, hopefully. Oh, this needs to come off. So, okay, now that is in, we'll give it a little clean up because there is still a bit of grease everywhere. And then we should get the lower ball joint back together. We need to get our big hub nut back in, but then we're there. So hopefully this will be a good long-term fix. Okay, I think that is pretty much all nice and clean. Now we can get this in properly. Get it in line, which is good. So we can get this little guy in. He sits on top. Then we can get the first bolt in. This one in. It is in. That is drive shafting. I think that's a job well done. But yeah, we've got a brand new drive shaft in. We literally have brand new everything on this now. We have brand new hub assembly, brand new tie rod, brand new drive shafts, brand new BC coilovers, brand new lower ball joint, brand new refurbished GTI brakes. This car is, yeah, it's literally been to like Nirvana Spa and just had like a full day exclusive spa treatment. And she's not very beautiful, is she? She's pretty ugly, but she had the full treatment anyway. Well, that is that done. Take a look at our new drive shaft. I mean, come on, that just looks bloody gorgeous, if you ask me. So yeah, it probably was a little bit overkill to get a new drive shaft, but I'm pretty happy with it because now it looks absolutely mint in there. Everything is looking brand new. But now that is done, we can move on to an oil change. We have already changed the oil in this car before, but we've also driven it recently quite a lot. We've driven it up to Santa Pod to do the drag races. We've sent it up the strip like 10 times. We've taken it to YouTubers to drive the car. We've driven it to TRS Performance for mapping. We've drove this car a lot. So I think it is due an oil change, especially before the new owner, whoever it is, picks up this car for the first time. So let's take out the oil filter, drop the oil, and get some fresh new stuff in. This was a very good investment. And it is like a ginormous container of oil, because one of my biggest issues, I don't know about any of you guys, maybe you're a mechanic or maybe you've never worked on a car, but one of the biggest issues for me is getting rid of oil. I now have somewhere where I can basically never run out of space to put waste oil. When this thing fills up though, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Buy a new one.
Well, yeah, just buy a new one and just have them like stacked in the corner. Just like, what's that? It's just all our oil. Don't know what we're gonna do with it. Anyway, so our drain plug is somewhere. There he is. So we shall get him underneath. Right, let's undo this little guy. There we go. Looks pretty good actually. Seems all right. No metal shavings in that. No tug at all. So what you can do with this, which is just a little magnet, is you can put it against the oil stream, and if the oil stream bends at all, that will tell you that there's metal shavings in the oil stream, and that is bad. Obviously, metal shavings in your engine is just never good. So we haven't got that. Our oil stream is not reacting to that magnet at all, really. So that is pretty good. All right, we'll get our drain plug back in. Nice, next oil filter. So we can get him on. Oh, lovely stuff. Right, and also we can see that our oil, again, looks pretty clean. Now obviously with the Fox GTI, the engine is running pretty much at the limit of its capability. Everybody online says that 290, 300 horsepower, and then like, I think it's 350 pound-foot of torque is sort of the limit that you can run these engines at, because they have quite bendy rods in them really. So you can't really run any more power than that. We are on the limit. So it is good to see that actually everything seems to be holding up pretty good in there, because our oil is nice and clean. So yeah, it is a nice, good sign. And here is our new oil filter looking very nice. Get him fitted on. And you don't want to do it on too tight, just sort of hand tight is enough. Okay, fresh oil in is the next step. Now, usually when I am doing an oil change, I'll put the funnel in, fill up just under what the oil requirement says, and then I'll check the dipstick. But as you can see, if you take a look, our dipstick is actually broken. Like you look at the plastic around that dipstick, it's like look, oh yes, they are. It's pretty much, it's broken. So if we put the dipstick in that tube, the dipstick might be going down too much, or might be sitting up too high, or something. So to get an accurate reading, we actually need to fix this before we do our oil. And luckily, we have purchased a new dipstick tube, which is this little guy here, and also a new dipstick to match. So we've got a nice new dipstick too. So we can take our old one out, and then we've got to figure out how to get this on. So we can. Sorry, let's try and just. Oh, this is so brittle. I literally went to grab it and it's just broken. Hey, look, that's coming off. Okay, so that's that bit off. Oh my God, it's literally breaking in my hands. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try and go underneath it. I think I've got it. Okay, so our old tube has been removed. I would show you it, but it broke into like 10,000 million pieces. Like it's so it's so brittle, like bits just keep on falling off. So yeah, that was definitely very old. It's probably been through like a million heat cycles, which is why it's so brittle. But yeah, we've got our new one here, and I'm pretty sure you can just slot it in. This little guy goes into this little guy, so you can line that up. That looks good. Right, now we have got our new dipstick as well, which we can take out. We can get our new one in. Boom, that works. Right, now let's get 4 litres of oil in. It says on the oil cap to use Castrol, so this is definitely the correct stuff. Right, now we can check our dipstick, and it should be about halfway up the dipstick. It says it's all the way up, but that's just wrong. That's 4 litres. It says it needs 4.5, and 4 litres is already done all the way, but I think it's just because we haven't turned the engine on, the oil hasn't circulated around the turbo, hasn't circulated around the oil filter yet, so I'm tempted to just whack in another couple 100 mil, and then we can give it a start. Run it for a minute. Okay, that'll do. Oil has been circulating, oil's been going everywhere, it's going in the oil filter, oil in the turbo. We're gonna let it just like relax, gonna let it calm down. Then we're gonna get another dipstick reading. Let's just see how much it thinks it has now. See, now it's gone down. So it probably needs another couple 100 mil. Let's see how our oil is looking now. All right, final check. This should be bang on full now. Really good, I'm happy with that. Oil change, done. It is the next day and something has turned up, which is very exciting indeed. And it is in this box. I have already had a quick sneak peek. Take a look at our new headlights now. These look as good as the other new headlights that we had, but these ones have the correct plugs in the back, as you can see. So these will work with the Fox, which is very good news. Let's get them on. This side is the really bad one. You can see it's really cloudy this side. So it is good that we're replacing it. We could not have the winner of the Fox having a cloudy headlight. That is not on. It is very good that we are replacing this. There's just 2 10 mils holding it in. Out they come. Oh, we've got to unplug our plugs. I should probably put some gloves on, or else my hands are going to get filthy. Let's pull this out. There we are. Out she comes. There we go. One old cloudy headlight removed. And we can now replace it with this one. Damn. That is looking absolutely fantastic. And that is going to look 10 million times better. What do you think, Jav?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
That is such a huge difference. We should have done this a long time ago. Like, the car is looking like brand new now. Like, with the paint job and everything, it just looks brand new. Right, we'll pull this out to plug stuff in. He goes in there. And then this one, we can plug him in. Right, should we give it a little testy test? Okay.
Yeah, they work.
Brilliant. Let's get this side in. He's in. Right, bolts. Done. Headlights in. Cue the pans. That looks so much better than that. Look how much more shiny that looks.
Yeah.
It is 10 out of 10. We are back here at my favourite place, A1 Scrapyard. If you remember, in the second channel video that we posted on Sunday, we were here and we wanted to get a few things, but one of the things we came here to get was the washer jet line that sits in the bonnet for the Fox, and we got it from here, but it had a hole in it, meaning it was unusable. So we need to try and get our hands on another one. That was a big bang. Oh my God. We need to try and get our hands on another one because obviously we are raffling the Fox soon, as many of you know, so we can't have the winner of the Fox not being able to use his washer jets. That would be a terrible tragedy. So the Foxes, I believe, sit around here. That is the one we stole it off last time, and I don't think there's another one. So this was a bit of a waste of time, really, unless it's another silver one and it just looks identical. I don't really know what to suggest. Okay, it is actually a new one. It does just look identical to the one that we stole it off last time, which is great news. The bad news is that we forgot to bring tools, so we've got to try and get this off with our hands, which is going to be difficult, but I think it's possible. So the first step is to take out these little boys. We might have to be that guy at the scrapyard that asks somebody else for tools. I don't want to be that guy though. Oh, there we go. Job's good in. Oh, who needs tools? Take him off. There. We don't need tools. We're too good. Next one. Could you imagine if this one had a big hole in it as well?
It would just be your bad case of luck.
Honestly, the amount of bad luck we've had recently, I feel like I am cursed. Maybe I did something wrong in my past life. Right, there we are. There's 2 of those off. That was easy, wasn't it? We should now need to disconnect this little guy. Boom. Out he comes. Absolutely perfect. Right, there we are. And now we need to disconnect it. I think this is just going to be a yank.
Careful.
We got it. Okay. Come on. Out you get.
I said careful.
Oh no, I think it's okay. It has fully snapped. No! Okay, so to fix the washer jet problem, obviously we went to the scrapyard and some things didn't go to plan, so we have come up with this, which is a bit of a bodged solution, but bodged doesn't necessarily mean bad. I think if all of the if all the lines are the correct lengths, this would definitely work, and it will work for a long time. So let's get it on and see what happens. So we're gonna start off by putting him through there. We'll push him through. Second one in. Oh, there it is. Okay. Where's the other one? There we are. Right, let's grab our washer jets. Right, so we'll get these in. There we are. Right, and all we've got to do is connect this up to the little plug which sits underneath here. Okay, so the scuttle panel I've removed because it's getting in the way. You can now see our washer line that we need to connect up this washer line to. Now we need to get this rubber thing and it goes in there. We need to put that in there, but I think we need to sort of like put that through. And to put that through, I've got a bit of WD-40. And then once that's in and that's connected up, we can put the scuttle back on, put our windscreen wipers back on because those are off, and then we can give it a quick test. So I'm gonna go straight ahead and just put some WD in there and hope that will slide through. Nice, lovely. So that goes in here like this. And then we can connect this up to there. There we are. Okay, that looks pretty good. We can give it a test and cross our fingers if this has worked. I'm gonna be over the moon because honestly, the hardest part about this whole build has been getting these washer jets right. The engine swap, that was easy. We're gonna get everything back together in 3, 2, 1. And just like that, we are all back together. Now, all we need to do is get some washer fluid into our washer fluid bottle, and then we can give it a test. Bit more. Bit more. Little bit more. That'll do. Is it going to work? Yes! Oh, it went in my face. In my face. But yes, that is working. Reload it. Let's go. I feel like that one's spraying pattern is a little bit all over the place. That one's spraying well. I mean, I think we can say that's a win, to be honest. Look how it's all over the roof. At least a look, a nice clean roof. Right, I'm taking that as a win. I am taking that as done and dusted. Right, okay, so we have, there's one more thing left, Jav, isn't it?
Yes.
We've got one more thing to do. Let me show you. So, it is what's on the floor here. We've already opened it because we've been trying to figure it out all morning. But basically, this is a little sensor and it's a coolant temperature sensor. And this is a relay which basically switches on the rad fan. And the reason why we need this is because the rad fan has never worked on the Fox. We've got the heater matrix in there, so we have a way of cooling it down by turning on the heating, and also the radiator's a big Polo GTI radiator and it just doesn't really overheat at all, this car. However, in the summer months, having that rad fan on in traffic is going to be really important, or else the new owner is not going to be able to drive it on a hot day. So we need to fix that, and this is our sort of plan, I think. So we need to plug that into the radiator so that's touching coolant, so that knows how hot the coolant is, and then we need to mount this up, connect it some wires, do some crimping, and hopefully this should work. So let's give it a go. So step 1 is remove the coolant. Look at that. Has a tap. I just think that's a very good design that it has a tap there ready for you to remove all the coolant. I like that. All right, can we put it on the floor? Wow. Okay. Right, we'll close it. Basically, if you come have a look, that is a little sensor which sits on the radiator. That's usually what connects to the switch to turn the fan on, which connects to the wiring loom, but we are just doing like our own individual sort of circuit to turn the fan on, so we want to remove that and replace it with the sensor which we got earlier. So I'm probably going to need a big socket. Okay, so now we can get in our new one. As you can see, they're sort of the same. So we can get this fitted. Nice, right, we'll get the pliers and we'll tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so that is our sensor in the radiator. Now we just need to figure out where all of these wires are going. Firstly, this is our little ground that needs to be connected onto the chassis somewhere, and we have a perfect place to put it just up here. See this chassis ground? So we can take this nut off, put that on, and then put the nut back on. That nut's off, we can put this over that, and get the nut back on. Job's good and right, the ground's done. This thing just needs to be either mounted somewhere or we can cable tie it away. This wire needs to go to the battery and this wire needs to go to the fan wiring basically. So let's just cable tie this out of the way and then we'll feed these two wires up to the top and the rest of the stuff we need to do is up there. So this is called an inline fuse and it has a 20 amp fuse in it, as you can see. So we're gonna strip that wire, strip this wire, group them together, and then we need to put a little circle terminal on that we can then attach that there basically. And then as for the blue wire, we need to connect this blue one to the live. Right, so we need to figure out which wire to connect into this blue one. This is our power supply from the relay, but now we are left with basically from the fan, there are 3 wires that come off it, right? These 3. This is the earth, so we don't have to worry about that one. We have already earthed that. But with these 2 red ones, one of them is a signal and one of them is the main power wire. Now to figure out which one of them is which, we have extended them. And basically if we touch these to the battery and the one that's the main power wire should get the fan blowing loads. And then the one that's like the signal wire will only like turn over like slowly and it won't be very powerful. We can run the test now. I'm gonna put this one on the battery. I'm thinking that one is the signal because that's quite slow. If our theory is correct, this one should make the fan go crazy. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so this is our power wire. So with our test now complete, we can connect the blue to this one like that. And then hopefully this system is completed and we are actually electricians.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, I left you hanging. Let's get this last wire crimped together and I think we've done a really good job there. Oh, well, we've not done yet, but let's get it finished first. Right, so that is our bumper back on, our wheels back on, and our new rad fan switch has been fully installed. Now we need to test it. So we're going to go and drive the Fox to my mate's garage, and basically that will warm up the coolant enough so that when it hits about 70 degrees, that should flick a switch and turn the rad fan on. So let's give it a go. Don't know about you, Jav, but I am going to be very depressed when we get rid of this car.
Yeah, it's gonna be so sad seeing
It's
this go.
gonna be so sad. It's one of those cars which I'm gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I did not think I would like. At the beginning of the series, I bought it because I thought it'd be really good content, but I did not think I would like it. I thought I'll have no problem letting this go at the end, but I really have grown to love this car because I've been detailing it for the last month and it has just been so good. It has been so reliable. There's been not a single problem. It's been very practical. As I mentioned a million times, it has 6 cup holders, which I absolutely love. It is the fastest daily I've ever owned. By a long way. I am gonna really miss it. So if you want to be the one to take it off me, make sure to go and buy a ticket in the link below. But yeah, the cherry on the cake would be that this rad fan fix thing has worked. So when we get to my mate's garage, we are just gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope that the rad fan is whirring away. Bang! The blue wire is connecting up to the fan, and the red wire is connecting from the relay up to the battery. Probably just not up to temperature yet. Oh yes! We got that. Okay, look. Yes. Come on, I am well pleased with that. Oh, thank you for suggesting that. By the way, Adam at Evolution Autowork, he is the one who told me that this was a good fix. So credit to him really, I just followed his instructions. And we look at the new headlights as well. The only thing is that the indicator doesn't work on that side. So I think we might have just not connected something up properly. Yeah. Evolution Autowork, link in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want them to fix your car instantly. Thanks, man. Right, well, that is the Fox officially 100% fixed. If you did go on to enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button, click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And remember, tickets to buy the now completely 100% working Fox GTI are in the description. Catch you in the next one.